Travis, how's it going? Gary, Kevin, Clay, Leah, Mike. Okay, Scott, how are you, Scott? Our webmaster, Scott and Simona, his wife, are have been gracious enough to offer their services to our cause, and I guess I'm going to start right there. Swamp Watch, 7/3/19. How you doing, Cindy? So we have yeah. Sorry, Gary. Um, we have our website domain. It's the Watchman. Our name just thewatchman.co. Scott will post it here in a little bit. A couple of things that we need to focus on. I think we're going to have. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Um, we've got to be careful on content from now on. What we're trying to do, and this, it's good that this happened because Scott pointed out. See, what he's doing is he's transferring what our post over. Um, yeah, Watchman.co, right? Scott just posted it here, guys. TheWatchman.co. Um, so don't go there until Friday because it's the target date for it being up is Friday, and it's not set up for traffic. So don't anybody go there yet. The other thing is the content. We're trying to move everything over, and probably more importantly than moving stuff from the page to the website. You know how God works, crazy. But Scott pointed out that there's so much there now, and so here's the thing: you guys have been doing a great job of posting, but if I understand this correctly, if I post personally, it won't be posted on the Watchman page. I've got to go to the Watchman page to post. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's set up. So what I'm asking you guys to do is be very selective on what you paste or post on the page, because I think what happens, especially to new people, there's so much there that they just kind of get overwhelmed. So I think we'd be better off just putting the cream of the crop there. I know when I post for you guys, I'm just posting the best stuff. So I think we all should be doing that. It'll make it easier for the new people coming in. It'll make it easier for Scott. Um, while I'm on the subject, kind of. Um, so I've had some episodes here the last week with my blood pressure. Another one today. Um, we are at a critical point right now. So that source of my frustration has been removed. So I should be good to go. Well, here's the thing. I think that from here through the rest of the year at least is going to be very hectic. action packed, a lot for all of us to do. I couldn't deal with this and this other thing, so it's gone. So I'm good to go. But what it made me think about was, God forbid, something were to happen to me. You guys need to carry this on. I feel confident that I've got you guys to the point that you guys can do this. The thing that makes me the most proud is to a person. I try and talk to a lot of the new members, and to a person, what they tell me is, it's not me that's or getting these people here to check us out, or to get them to join. It's I might get them here, but you guys are why they're joining, because they comment on how positive everybody is and how everybody works together and everybody's here for the right reasons. And makes me proud. So, when you've been through what I've been through the last 6 months, it makes you realize that all of us, any of us, could go any minute. And we are this isn't just normal life right now. This is like a time the world has never seen. At least the history that we know. I think that's the other thing. We're going to find out some pretty crazy things. So we can't let this end with me. This needs to be carried on. And I'll probably be talking to some of you over the next few days. Just to make sure everybody's on the same page so that we can do this. If something does happen. So, tomorrow, I think, has the potential to change the world. If any of those things I've been talking about happens, the world has changed. The reset, the Fed ending, the IRS ending, Obama, Clinton arrested, JFK Jr. coming forward. JFK Jr. announced as the 2020 VP running mate for President Trump. The more I see, the more I think something big is happening tomorrow. If it's going to be all of it, I'm not sure. But if even it's one or two of those things, it's the two of the probably the two biggest events, whatever two they pick, in human history. This thing with the sub. This isn't like Q says. There are no coincidences. This was a deep state attempt to start a nuclear war. This was the things that we've been talking about, how we expected them to lash out. That's what happened. What they're not telling us is that supposedly the Russian sub that was damaged sank an American sub. I think the American sub was a sub, CIA deep state asset. I think that's the same sub that fired the rocket in Hawaii. And let's keep our fingers crossed, because if it's a deep state asset, it needed to go down. So hopefully that's what we know. That I can tell you right now, Putin and President Trump were on the phone within minutes after this happened. Um, if that's really what did go down, um, it's going to be interesting to see where Pence was short. Okay, good. Um, oh God, now where was I? Where was I, guys? Um, I'm just going to go to. No, I can't do that. Anybody? Gary, where was I? Somebody tell me where I was. I lost it. Anyway, tomorrow, it's big. Um, like I said, half the things happen that I suspect could happen. It's huge. Uh, the world changes, and the one thing that I'm concerned about um, is, I don't know if any of you noticed, but there was a lot of crazy things going on with Facebook today. They weren't letting a lot of posts go through. They were like blocking them, although they weren't really blocked. You could kind of see a blank space. So that something funny's going down. I'm worried that if this goes down tomorrow, that social media might shut down completely so that we can't communicate. So if that happens, we should still be able to go on Friday. Don't do it tomorrow because it won't be up. But on Friday, you can at least check the website. What we will do if this goes down and we get cut off on Facebook, we will post on the website that Scott just put up, um, thewatchman.co, how we were going to do our chats. And it looks like Skype right now, but we're not 100% sure. We've kind of thrown this together at the last minute because of the situation. So, so we got to be ready. Got to be ready, and don't panic if this happens. If we lose communications. A lot of you have my. Okay, you guys there? All right. Yeah, funny, isn't it? The third, the day everything's supposed to go down. Okay, guys. So what I was trying to get across is, since I got you, if anything goes down, we will have where we're going to do the live chats. It's probably going to be Skype, but go to the website Friday or later to find out how we're going to set up the live chats if Facebook goes down. Again, don't go there yet, but Friday or later you can check it, and we're shooting for Friday to be up and running. And it's going to be maybe pretty minimal to start, just to get it rolling. But Scott got right on this. I'm amazed we got it up and running so quickly, and thank God, because it looks like we're going to need it, and we're definitely going to need it. But anyway. So we've got the possibility of these things going down tomorrow. Uh, if the reset happens, even if they announce a gold-backed currency, if it's anything to do with the economy, well, put it this way: anything that they announce tomorrow, if it's any one of those 4 or 5 things that I've been talking about, the economy's in the tank. If the economy goes in the tank, silver and gold and Litecoin are going to go through the roof. So anyone who can, okay, it looks like we're back. Okay, Scott wants me to find out who of any all you guys that are on right now. Let us know if you know how to use Skype. Can you guys just say like yes or no? Okay, it looks like did Travis say yes? Yes, it's free. Skype is free. You just have to download it. You can go to your, you know, whatever it is, Google Play or whatever it is you have for your phone. Um, the other thing, guys, is at some point, if if Facebook, Twitter gets shut down, um, I think the government would maybe seize them and get them back up and running, possibly. We know about the executive order that gives them the authority to do that. They could exert that authority this minute. I mean, we know they're guilty at least of corruption, and I think every single one of them has been involved in child trafficking and pedophilia. So done deal. It's going to happen eventually. The government will seize these companies. It's just a matter of the timing of it, and them knowing that is what makes me think they might just shut it down to try as a last ditch effort, right? To throw a monkey wrench in a deal. But here's the good thing. It looks like all of the things, I mean, they have to know this is coming. This thing yesterday with the subs was huge. We're going to find out more and more about this, but I'm telling you, if they would have accomplished their goal and Putin and Trump weren't on the same page, see, that's why they didn't want him talking, guys. They knew they were going to try and do something like this. This was their plan. They needed to start a nuclear war. It wasn't going to happen with China. China wouldn't do it because they need us as consumers. Russia was their only chance. It wouldn't happen with Israel. It had to be Russia. So this was the deal. Attack Russia in some way to get them to retaliate. Well, they didn't fall for it. And again, the rumor is that not only didn't they get the Russian sub, but the Russian sub got the American sub. So there is some speculation, too, that this Russian sub may have been laying in wait, that this because listen, it's not a military asset. This is a research vehicle. So my gut feeling is that they kind of had an idea of what the deep state plan was, possible routes of where this thing might have to go, and that this sub may have been laying in wait for the Renegade sub that shot the missile off in Hawaii. A possibility has to be here that this Russian sub, that this was so critical that they get this sub, that the Russian sub may have tried to sacrifice themselves to try to take this sub out. In other words, just rammed them because I don't believe these deep water subs. I think I saw a picture of this thing, and I didn't see any torpedo tubes, and I don't think they can put them in a sub that goes down that deep. Again, I could be wrong. Anyway, that's just another possibility. Just to go over what the possibilities for tomorrow. Oh boy. Could have the release of the declass of the FISA documents. Could happen tomorrow. There's another report that I think is done that could possibly be out tomorrow. It might be Inspector General report, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We've got the announcement of the end of the Fed and the IRS. We've got the takedown of the top end of the swamp: Obama, Clinton, Holder, Kerry, Lynch, Yates, Biden, Kerry, all going down. And so there was a rumor that Kerry got arrested yesterday. Tomorrow's the day. If any of this happened, we're going to know about it tomorrow. I mean, I think what he's going to do, because if you guys have watched any of the Abel Danger stuff or listened to some of the Juan interviews or the Mad Dog interviews, they talk about the new American Revolution, that we're announcing our freedom. Wouldn't it make sense if we're doing that? If we're going to make a big deal out of this, what bigger deal, what bigger statement they could make than all of it? And in doing that, it diffuses the resistance. Because how do lifelong Democrats resist when the Democratic golden child is telling them that President Trump isn't who the mainstream media have made him out to be, and he tells his story about who murdered his father and who murdered his uncle? It's the biggest story I can think of in American history. Can anybody name a bigger story in American history than if that happens? So if they truly are going to declare our independence, to do it all, because we're declaring our independence from the Federal Reserve and the IRS. These are illegal institutions, unconstitutional. So if we're going to do it, let's do it. That kind of solidified it for me, that I think that this could be monumental, that it could be everything. It just makes sense. From a strategic standpoint, from a statement standpoint, it's going to be a missed opportunity, I think, if he breaks it up. Because, man, you bring them to their knees. You bring the swamp and the globalist, the deep state, to their knees, and you destroy the resistance. Because even the people they were paying, most of them, I think, JFK Jr. comes in and tells them that the guys they're working for are the real bad guys and what they're guilty of, because he knows it all. He knows about the pedophilia. He knows about the child sacrifice, the child trafficking, the torture, the adrenochrome, the videos, the evidence. It's over for them. If he does this, it's over for them. The mainstream media is done. The Democratic Party is done. 2020? Are you kidding me? I'm saying done. Never to have a candidate in our country again. When the American public finds out how deeply that basically the driving force for this evil was the Democratic Party, who's going to want? It would be like joining the Hitler Party. That's what people will equate it to. Because these monsters are worse than Hitler. I think, the other thing I wanted to, I don't know. I'm so wound up, I might have already talked about it. The EU, that there's a rumor that President Trump had a stroke, and that Pence is going to be the one delivering the address tomorrow. I don't know whether I posted that on Facebook or I just said it, so Forgive me, guys, if I'm repeating myself. Um, anyway, it's propaganda. Again, if something, God forbid, something were to happen to President Trump, Mike Pence will not be allowed to assume the presidency. I guarantee you there will be a military coup. The military will take control of the government, and until we can either have a re-election, but there will be a patriot in charge of our government until we can iron things out. My guess is they'd probably run an election really quickly. JFK Jr. would be on the ballot. They, there's nothing they can do. Again, I believe nothing's going to happen to President Trump. I believe the hand of God's on him. You guys know what I think. He's going to leave office at the end of his second term, when whoever his vice presidential running mate for 2020 will be the president after President Trump. There's nothing going to stop this next 12 years. And by that time, this evil is gone from the earth, because the rest of the world is rising up too. This isn't just a thing where, we're going to kind of get them. This is a thing where they will be ferreted out wherever they are on this planet. There's no place they can hide. The light will be shining everywhere. There will be no more shadows. Nowhere they can run, nowhere they can hide. It's going to be over. That's what happens if he does it all tomorrow. Then it's a matter of, we're going to have, there's going to be 1.5 to 2 years of trials, even using military tribunals. There are so many people that are indicted already. It's going to take, like I say, a year plus to get through all the trials, but that's fine. Once those wheels start turning, I don't want them to rush it. Just keep them turning, and then they will. The people who are running our country understand the threat that we just dodged. Billions of people. I mean, just go to Agenda 21. You know the script that they wanted. Agenda 21, UN website. Here's how you know it's crooked. Bush 41 signed it, I think in 91. And the basically the bottom line of Agenda 21 is the world population goal for the year 2100 is 500,000 people. So that's 80 years somehow in a world where the life expectancy is rising, that we're going to lose 7 billion people. Do the math. And then when you look at all the evidence that's going to come out, when they announce the crimes and reveal the evidence, it's over. You can't recover from that. I mean, how? Unless it's going to, a party of pedophiles and murder. It's done. Like we said, they've done studies on this. 3 to 5% of the people could tolerate this behavior in their leaders. It's over. I think we're going to have maybe we might have two parties, but probably Republican and Libertarian, I think would make sense. But that's, I could care less. It'll be some. Okay. So guys, this is a big night. So if I lose you, if you lose the feed, I will come right back with a live feed. So so just hang in there. This is too big a night to not tell you everything I want to tell you. And I think I'm getting pretty close here to the end, to at least to the questions. Um, okay, let's see. Let's see. What's up with the subs? I'm not sure, Paula, what if you're talking to me or what the question is. What's up with the subs? Uh, Domino effect. Um, I don't. If you're talking about tomorrow, I. I mean, there might be little edges of domino effect, but I think it's basically they're just going to wipe them out uh, tomorrow. I mean, if it goes the way I think it's going to go, all of the top dogs will be removed, will be arrested, will be in Gitmo. Um, they would declare the reset, eliminate the Fed, the IRS, um, and announce JFK Jr. as the vice presidential running mate for 2020. I mean, just think about it. If all that happened, if that's what he announced, and then announce and release the D-class documents, and then announce what exactly happened, and I think if he does this, he's going to be declaring uh, uh, martial law, and it'll be limited. I think there's troops positioned around the country where they anticipate the problems. So listen, if that happens and martial law is declared, do not panic. If something like that goes down, I will be doing a live chat immediately. But if the communications aren't there, don't panic. This is a good thing. You're going to have people screaming and yelling that, oh God, they're coming for our guns, or this is it, that this is what we've been waiting for. Don't fall for that crap. I bet my life that President Trump is working for God, that he will never betray America, he will never betray our Constitution, and that you got to be a moron to think like that after what this man has been through and what he's been doing. What would be the point? They would have just let Hillary Clinton win the election. Donald Trump has single-handedly destroyed the globalist agenda. Do you think they would have let him stay in office if he was working for them or with them? It's some. We got to use our heads. Most of this stuff is common sense, guys. There's nothing to fear here, especially nothing from our government. I still believe, I just made a post, a Bo Pony post, and there's some prophecy on there that's doom and gloom, talking about famines and stuff. Basically warning you to do the same things I've been telling you. Extra food, extra water. Everybody needs to do that. I don't believe that's coming. You still have to have extra food and water, because I might be right and that doesn't happen, but the next week there's a tsunami on the West Coast. We need to have these things. There is so much going on in the world right now. Every person in the country needs to have extra food and water. No excuses. Because there's a myriad of things that could go down. We know that thousands, it's a fact, that thousands of terrorists have come across our southern border. There are sleeper cells, hundreds of them, throughout our country. Now, that's the other thing that would be announced tomorrow is they would be putting the hammer down on removing illegal aliens. It would be a priority, and they would have the military helping do it. This is going to be under the War Act. He's declaring, he would be declaring a national emergency, so he's able to use the military. They would treat these people, especially the ones they suspect of being terrorists, as foreign combatants. In other words, you resist, you're risking your life. There's no time for being politically correct. Anybody that wants to screw around right now deserves what they get. They're talking about, them turning these sleeper cells loose if this all happens. That's why I'm saying, guys, if you got to be in public, if you can't have a gun on you, have one in your car. I wouldn't go anywhere tomorrow that I wasn't protected, that I wasn't armed. We're staying home. We're doing the barbecue thing. I think everybody that can should still do that. And I don't want to scare anybody. There's nothing to be afraid of here. Listen, prepared mentally, spiritually, physically. Okay. Being prepared. No fear, no regrets. Any of us could get killed walking across the street tomorrow. I've always said, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of not doing the right thing. We're all doing the right thing here. We're all doing God's work. Every person on this page, I have no question where we're going to end up. So we do this like Americans. We stand up. We pull together. We unite. Where we go one, we go all. This isn't some slogan for an ad campaign for Coke. This is patriots and Christians taking back our founders' dream for our country and God's dream for our world. What we would be saying tomorrow if it goes down like this is, just like you've heard on Able Danger, we're not taking it anymore. We're not going to be slaves anymore. This whole system is corrupt. The whole thing. You can't point to something that these monsters have touched. There's anything positive about. This whole shit show needs to come down and be rebuilt. And that's what's happening. And it's going to be rebuilt by patriots and by Christians. And the people don't like it. Don't let the door hit yourself in the ass on the way out. No regrets. Get out. You don't want to learn English? Get out. You want Sharia law? Get out. No more political correctness. We live by the Bible and the Constitution in this country. You don't like it? Leave. I'm not going to pussyfoot around it. I'm not going to try and beg you to stay. Get out. That's what I think tomorrow's going to be about. And with it, we take back our country. We're not asking for it. We're taking it from the monsters that were trying to steal it from us. Not going to happen. We are past the event horizon. There's no taking this back. There's no stopping this. This tsunami is going to crush the pedophiles, the deep state, the globalists, the elite, the ones who tried to steal our children's future, the ones who tried, the ones whose plan was to murder 7 billion people are going to be crushed. Whether it's tomorrow or next week or next month, it's happening. There's nothing going to stop it. Okay. Yeah, listen, guys, there's a reason that the mainstream media was getting into the middle of all this. Travis is saying that, yeah, that it's all about the divide and conquer between the countries, between groups. You saw what they did with the gender thing. That wasn't about gender. That was about putting as many wedges between us as they could. It's comical how transparent they are and how many people are stupid enough to buy their crap. When this all comes out, you're going to have many of your friends that are embarrassed about how stupid they were. But we're not going to rub it in, right? No gloating. We know. We know. That's all that matters. So did we get a good reading on the Skype thing? Scott, did you? I know how to. We'll figure it out. It's not difficult, guys, and I think it's going to be the easiest thing to do. Yeah, so you download it for free. You have any questions? Get a hold of me, get a hold of me. Don't bother Scott. I'll be able to help you. Yeah, now Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, but we can get Skype just on like Google, whatever it is, Google Play or whatever it is you can buy. But again, Skype is free. Travis, you don't know how to use Skype? Is that what you're saying? You guys can see me now, okay, right? Picture's good? Okay, so we've got a few people that don't know how to use Skype, but I can help these people. I think Skype is going to have to be what we go to, guys. So the thing you guys all need to do now, you guys need to get on and do some homework and download Skype. That's what we're going to assume is what we're going to do for right now. If we change it, we'll let you know. For right now, everybody download Skype and learn how to use it. Start practicing. Okay. Okay. So everybody got that. Skype. And Scott's saying, I think that it's easier on your phone to use Skype than it is on your computer, I think. So again, everybody download it on your phone. Everybody remember, if communications go down, those of you that have, well, you know what? I'm just somebody type this in. My cell phone number is 707 696 4188. 707 696 4188. Somebody please type that in the chat. And then you guys can call me if we lose track of each other. Something goes down. At least we have that option. My email is just my last name. BOHAN40 at Gmail. Yeah, Facebook isn't going to be socialist for much longer because Facebook's about ready to go down. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, So you got my contact info. You guys that have been in communications all exchange info. Um, Again, we still have the website to go to, thewatchman.co, all lowercase. You've got my cell number. Anybody who has any questions about anything that we talk about, I'm here for you guys. That's my job. That's the job that God gave me. So I am available. I mean, I'm not going to answer the phone at 3 in the morning, probably. But if you leave a message, I'm going to call you back. That's the one thing to remember is I very rarely pick up. Leave a message, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Or text me, even better. Um, the subs. Oh, I'm sorry. God. Hey, boy, oh boy. Um, did Travis is saying Q mentioned something about the subs? Was that when was that, Travis? Was that today? Okay. Um, I think I got you guys back. Let's see. Yeah. Um, I'm going to announce right now. I will be doing a live chat tomorrow, same time. 6 p.m. Pacific. So in case, well, whatever, you know. Um, I don't think we'd be able to get anything on Skype going tomorrow. But if something does go down, Scott and I will get something up and running as quickly as we can, because if something goes down, it's the most important time, right? So that's why we've been working on this stuff in anticipation of lack of communication. So with the email, with the phone numbers, I think we're going to be okay, because they're not going to be able to. I don't think President Trump will let them shut down, the cell service. That's what the EMP might be about, right? Because they know President Trump won't let them shut down the cell service. So what's the next thing they can do is the EMP. The problem is, I don't see how they can pull it off. I think it's like it's something crazy. 50,000 miles up. I mean, it's crazy how high this thing has to be, this nuke, for it to cover the whole United States. 50 miles, I don't know. But you're not going to do it in a plane, right? You're not going to do it in anything that a private citizen would have. Now, you know, well, here's a couple of things they could probably do. These rockets, the privately funded rockets, like our buddy at who he knows a pedophile. That's a Obama buddy. What is it? Virgin? What's his name? Here's the thing: if they saw, and trust me, they are monitoring everything right now for any sign of any kind of an attack. If anybody sent something up that wasn't supposed to be going up, like say from Virgin, it would be shot down before it got out of our atmosphere. They're just not going to let it happen. They're gonna blow that sucker up. So, and they've got also some laser technology that a lot of people don't know about, and they also have some EMP technology that will, I think, affect rockets and planes. So anyway, I think we're in good shape. I think the president has all the bases covered. I think this sub thing, what we know to this point, is all good. You can tell by what the reactions were between the two countries, how the mainstream media presented it and sold it. If this was anything but a deep state attack, there would have been a lot more come out about it. It's from a military source that we know, or pretty sure, that American sub went down in this exchange or in this incident. So if that's the case, if this was a deep state asset, the mainstream media is not going to report on it, right? Because then they got to explain it. So to me, that's what makes me think that it was this rogue sub. Otherwise, they would announce the sub going down, and it's coming from credible sources that American sub did go down. So, again, if it's the rogue sub, it all makes sense, the whole thing, when you put it all the pieces together, all the pieces of the puzzle. Um, yeah, I mean Trump. I mean, who knows? I think the things that he's going to talk about are, the coup. He's going to lay that out. I think they may lay out an outline, because just think about it. Between JFK with the assassination, JFK Jr. with the assassination of his father and uncle, and then the Trump experience, right? Um, and then everything that these people have been doing, right? All of the evidence. I think that he's going to. I mean, if he told everything, he'd be there for hours. So I think he's going to give kind of a an outline to cover kind of the scope of it, and then over they'll release documents like they do the D class, so that shows the evidence behind why a lot of these guys are arrested for treason. The IG report that's, I think, ready to be released, I think is going to support all these charges. There's going to be a website, I believe, that some of the video evidence adults will be able to go view, not download, but view. So I think some of these videos are going to be available for public, at least to view. Um, just think, I mean, and that's just think about the if this wasn't if it wasn't for the pedophilia stuff, right? This would be hard enough to absorb. But when you throw that in, and how, and you can't tell the story without it, and you can't hide it. President Trump can't hide this. Okay, yeah, he can't hide it. Um, I mean, everything that's hidden will be known. All of this is going to come out. The timing of it, that's up to him and God. Um, just that it's happening, you know, like what we all have to understand is, um, I do a lot of research. I get a lot of good information, but even at that, at best, I probably have 15% of the information that he does. So I never second guess him. The guy's brilliant. Why would I? And every movie he's made has been golden. Um, it helps, right? When you got God guiding you. And, of course, on the other side, they can't do anything right. Even when it looks like they've done something, it backfires on them. So we know how this. Um, I think I've. Let me make sure I get through all this. Yeah. Okay. Are we back? Um, just checking my blood pressure on the break. It was not good before the show started, but I think it's gone down a little bit. Yeah, 144/82. That's pretty good for in the middle of a show. Um, okay, guys, this is getting ridiculous with this damn interruptions. I think I've got everything in. Unless you guys have any last minute questions, You've got my number. You've got my contact info. You've got the website. We need to pray. Pray for our country. Pray for our troops. Pray for President Trump and his team. We can't be defeated. Nothing's going to stop this. We're on the right side of this. Like I said, I'm definitely doing a show tomorrow night. So I'll be back, same time, 6 Pacific. Remember, when you're reaching out, last minute stuff, guys. If this goes down tomorrow, today's the last day. Into tomorrow morning, the last time you're going to get cheap prices on silver and Litecoin. If this goes down tomorrow, you can bet within a week to 10 days. I don't know if it'll make a week. Silver's going to be at $500. Litecoin's going to be at $500. If all of this happens, and who knows? So don't wait. You can even buy silver online, right? As long as you use a credit card, or something, get that payment in. It could go up on Friday. You guys are going to be locked in. SD Bullion and JM Bullion. Don't wait. Don't think you're going to get cute. If you can do this, do it tonight. I think it's the last chance for these kind of prices. God's gift is running out. God gave us this gift. There's no way at this point in history, with how close we are to this going down, whether it's tomorrow or not, that these prices should be this low on both Litecoin and silver. It's crazy. A silver is probably the most underrated asset in the world today, bar none. Litecoin would be the only one. And with silver, it's the thing about silver is, guys, if you're more conservative minded, hedge towards silver, because silver's never going to zero. Never has in history, never will. Litecoin, I don't believe in my lifetime it's ever going to zero. I just think it's going up. But I'm more of a gambler. And I don't think it's a gamble. I think 3 million, the estimates that the analysts have come up with by 2024, I think they're conservative. There are 84 million Litecoin in the world, a world with 7.5 billion people. I think these breaks have been good for me. Let me catch my breath. Okay, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Remember, last minute stuff. Last minute to your friends. I expect things are going to, your phone's going to ring off the hook if things go down tomorrow. And again, if something goes down tomorrow, I will immediately as soon as I hear something, I'll be doing live chat. So I hope you all get your announcements. But here, if you do not get an announcement, still check the page, because if Facebook's up and if something goes down, I will get on as quick as I can. And then it'll be there for you guys. If you come after that, you should be able to play it, right? So I'll get on as quick as I can, and for God and country, I think this is it. Where we go one, we go all. Please like and share these chats and, again, the patriotic Christian content. I think we're here, guys, and we're damn close. Remember, fear not. God and President Trump are at 100% in control. We'll be seeing you tomorrow, one way or another. God bless.